two big stories in the world of college basketball that had nothing to do with the Final Four. Roy Williams steps down after 33 years, and also Chris Beard is going to go to Texas, and we'll be unpacking those a little bit later. But when both of those stories happened, I immediately thought these can't be real. Dub, I don't know if you had the same reaction that I did. I saw them, and I was like, you're not going to get me. It's April Fools. I don't know why people choose to put out actual news on April Fools, but when I saw Roy Williams, I was like, I'm not sending anything out about this. And I actually went to the North Carolina basketball website to see if they had posted a goodbye to Roy Williams, because I was like, I don't believe it because it's on Twitter. Were you similar to me? Were you like, wow, that's kind of stunning news?
Yeah, I agree with you. That was my very first reaction. And then I saw Adam Schefter tweet about it, and then I saw a link from UNC's website. So I was like, okay, well, I guess this is actually real.
It is really interesting that he decided to step down now, and it leaves open what you could arguably say. I was thinking about this after I saw the Roy Williams news yesterday. I was like, what are right now the 5 best jobs in college basketball? Not like necessarily the top 10, but what are the 5 best jobs? Because a lot of people were talking about this in the context of Indiana. Because Indiana, the thought was, they're going to go hire Brad Stevens, right? Indiana basketball fans were like, hey, we're going to make a big hire. There was a high level of expectation. And then they go get a former Bob Knight player in Mike Woodson, which is fine. But it's not like that was a hire that would make you think, this is unbelievable. And so when I saw the news on Roy Williams, I was like, okay, let's pretend, and obviously Chris Beard going to Texas, which is a perennial kind of sleeping giant, I would say. If you were the greatest college basketball coach ever, and you had a job draft, and you could sit back and say, hey, what is the best overall job in college basketball? How would you break down the top 5? I was like, that's kind of an interesting question. And so I jotted down these 5 schools, and I'm curious what the response would be. And by the way, people always get upset when you rank jobs. This is my idea, completely objective, right? Like Mark Few is at Gonzaga, and he seems wildly happy there. Mark Few, I guarantee you, I really do believe this, if he wanted to be the coach of UNC, he could call right now and he would get the job at UNC. I don't think there's any doubt. But I don't think that he wants to leave because he loves the lifestyle that he has with the Zags. And that's perfectly fine. So in my mind, I really do think right now, I think UNC is the best job in college basketball. And what do I base that on? It is the sort of the foundation of interest in college basketball is higher, I would say, in the state of North Carolina than anywhere else, right? NC State has a tremendous program. Duke has a tremendous program. UNC has a tremendous program. You have the Michael Jordan connection. You have the history of Dean Smith and now Roy Williams. You have the family connection at UNC where there's a strong support structure. And I know it didn't work for Bill Guthridge, and I know it didn't work for Matt Doherty necessarily. But there is something to, I think, that Carolina basketball lineage that transcends many other jobs in college basketball right now. So in my mind, I don't think it's crazy at all to say, hey, UNC is right now the best job in college basketball. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that they're going to get the best coach to fill that job, but I think UNC is the best job right now in all of college basketball. What's the second best job? I actually think it is probably Kentucky because they are obsessed with basketball in Kentucky. Now, why would I say that UNC is a better job than Kentucky? Because got a better recruiting base, right? Even though basketball recruiting is national. And also, I think there's less of a mercenary relationship at UNC compared to at Kentucky. And so if you were looking at that, John Calipari has come in and won at a very high level, but Billy Gillispie was a disaster by and large at Kentucky. There have been many coaches over the years who maybe that job was a little bit too big for because of all the different attention that was foisted upon them. So I've got UNC 1, I've got Kentucky 2. In the third spot, I would say Kansas. Historically, if you look at the winningest programs that have ever existed, to me, you have to consider long-range, winning programs. And Kansas, I know, Bill Self, year after year, has always been able to stack everything together. So I have got Kansas as the third best job. And it's probably not a surprise, by the way, that the three teams that I have 1, 2, and 3 are actually 1, 2, and 3 in all-time wins. Kentucky has the most wins all-time in college basketball. Kansas has the second most. North Carolina has the third most. In the fourth spot, I would put UCLA. And then in the fifth spot, I would put Duke. Those would be, to me, the 5 best jobs. And you could maybe reconfigure the order, but those are the 5 best jobs in college basketball, in my opinion. We will see how exactly UNC does filling the big shoes of Roy Williams.